Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Theater of Public Policy. What we do is we're going to take some big ideas from a couple of very big thinkers and unpack and reimagine that all through improvisational theater. Marcia Avner is with us, a founding member of the Minnesota Council of Nonprofits. She currently serves, in fact, this is one of the few audiences that would be like, woo! Founding member of the Council of Nonprofits, what? And our other guest tonight, Sheila Smith, Executive Director of Minnesotan Citizens for the Arts. She was a leader in the 2008 campaign for the Vote Yes on the constitutional amendment that is providing 25 years of fantastic legacy dollars for the arts and the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheila Smith. I think that there's this feeling among people sometimes who work for nonprofits that we are somehow lesser, perhaps, that we are suckling at the teat of corporate America who is feeding us, and we are only there at their good graces of whatever foundation.
You're not lesser, you're more.
I'm more. I'm better than them.
Yeah.
We can choose to be the handmaidens of government and foundations, or we can choose to be innovative about how we count on individuals who care about what we're doing. If we choose to position ourselves as victims, we will be. And I think that there's a shift from the old sense of charity being choosing the worthy poor and making sure that they have food and shelter, to understanding that at the core of the nonprofit sector is the responsibility to be a voice for what we care about in our communities.
About that there's very potentially 3 constitutional amendments, that 4
More.
Did you bring one up while I was getting a drink? And so, just to get everybody on the same page, I hope most people are probably aware of the marriage amendment that would define marriages between one man and one woman. There's the constitutional amendment we're talking about with voter ID would require you to show an ID. And then the spending one, or the tax one, would be you need a supermajority in the legislature in order to raise taxes at any time. And you're saying that you think that nonprofits will coalesce around trying to defeat those 3 in particular.
A significant number of nonprofits have already signed on to defeat those.
That a lot of the conversation a lot of the bandwidth will be taken up talking about these big constitutional amendments, which...
Yeah.
And so, is that a good thing?
Well, no, it's a diversion.
It's a huge waste of time and energy and resources for stuff that we should not even be talking about. That's what it is.
In fact,
well, let's talk about it some more. In the future, what can nonprofits do, or what can we as people who are passionate about particular issues do to make the conversation about something that isn't a distraction, to make it about something that is a very important issue that will actually benefit people's lives?
Turn out voters and change the decision makers.
All right. Easy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our improvisers are going to take over. They're going to interpret and reimagine all the things that we were just talking about, bring them to stage on...
Ted, there's going to be a lot of corporations there.
I know, I never know which one to pick.
No, don't pick them. Remember, you're a non-profit. They pick me. No matter what they say, you're better than them.
But I don't know if I want to help. I want to know how this affects me financially.
Good question. We'll put your logo on everything we produce. Our logo's on everything already anyway.
Are you kidding me?
Well, it seems like you spend all of your time talking about voter ID and gay marriage and that super tax thing.
Yeah.
But there must be more.
I mean, this is called Save Lake Pepin.
I don't see how this has anything to do with Lake Pepin.
Well,
It's all connected.
we're an interconnected society.
But Lake Pepin seems to be filling up with silt, and you're trying to get people to take or not take pictures of themselves for voting. I'm an intern, obviously.
Yet I feel sometimes that there's a diffusion which might be getting in the way of your mission statement. You know? We need to have a strategic retreat. Wouldn't it make sense, though, if you're going to have a strategic retreat, to do it at Lake Pepin? Because that is sort of...
It's kind of silty.
I'm part of the NRA Minnesota
chapter. Isn't this what the meet? Or this is that joint meeting?
Well, yeah, the NRA is helping us defeat the tax with the GLBT community.
GL what? Is that a new kind of sandwich, Steve?
All right, it's time to put together our operating budget for the year. What's everybody got in their pockets? Turn them out.
I have a yo-yo.
The board is prepared for your annual report. I see here that you did the doggy car wash.
Yes, we did.
You brought in $14.75.
The next step as far as the leadership of nonprofits is going to be. And there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of fun percentages that I pulled out in doing research for tonight's show. 1 in 3 nonprofit executive directors says that they're going to retire in the next 5 years.
There is the threat of a lot of leadership leaving at the same time. I'm really not worried about that. There's terrific leadership in the sector at all ages. I think it's more of a problem that some people aren't ready to move on to other careers or retire or do something and make room for emerging leaders who are creative and innovative and have to pay back their student debt.
Connie and I are members of Minnesotans Against Art.
Yep.
We're a new nonprofit, and
Yep.
thank you for coming to our coffee party.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We had originally thought of calling our organization the Midwest Coalition Against Clean Air and Civil Rights, but we realized that more people would come if we focused on the arts.
Yes, and thank you all for bringing ID to get into the house.
Yes,
I
I
appreciate
did.
that.
We got a new box of community-supported art. Let's see what's inside.
See what's inside.
It's a urinal. Oh, I think it's supposed to go like this. Oh, it was upside down.
The pixie dust kind of just trickles to the bottom.
Yeah.
And it symbolizes the economy.
Great. Art.
It's an orb.
Like, what does it do?
I think if you fund it, it lights itself up.
We need a new metaphor. You know, I know you've been around the block a lot. I know you're a baby boomer. I know you refuse to die. If this metaphor doesn't work, nobody wants to hear about the burning tumbleweed anymore.
How come my icon is so small?
Stand up to her, Peter. Because it's time that one of us took over. And you have to choose the successor. Will it be me, or will it be him? You choose.
I'd like to hear you tell me why I should pick you.
Because I've been here for 35 years.